Hey everyone, welcome back to In a Pinch with Jesus Zen. I'm Jesus Zen from snuffhouse.com. All names have been changed to protect the innocent. You know, I recorded a whole bunch of videos this week and I couldn't help but notice my hair's getting a little bit longer than I like it. Not quite as long as it used to be, but still a little bit longer than I'd like it. Anyways, today we're talking about Samuel Gawith SP #1 High Mill. This was one that I was always kind of curious to try, but not curious enough to put it in my shopping cart, you know. I went through, maybe last spring, I went through a big SP kick and tried a whole bunch of them and loved SPs for a while and then just kind of burnt myself out on them. SPs, what is an SP is another one of those, like, 1,000 opinions on exactly what an SP actually is, what SP even stands for. I'm just going to go with the generally accepted definition that an SP is a snuff that in some way incorporates bergamot in the scenting. This one, bergamot actually is a little more in the background than you're used to. But before I go into that, if you can see, it's about a medium brown. For Samuel Gawith, it is a medium grind. Actually, a somewhat, I don't want to say it's a low moisture, because when you press down, it compresses the way a Samuel Gawith does. I mean, it's springy. But probably on the lower end moisture-wise, for Samuel Gawith is really fluffy, man. It's like playing with peat. The smell is barnyard and citrus, and man, is that good. I got a little bit in my nose. Barnyard and citrus. Now, what do I mean by barnyard? Because that can mean different things. For some snuffs, barnyard can mean like earthy and peaty. In some snuffs, barnyard can actually mean that it smells like poop. I've had that. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Like some of the South African snuffs, NTSU and Taxi. There's kind of a I don't want to say poop, fertilizer kind of smell to them, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just, you know, another scent to experience. When I say barnyardy, I more mean earthy, peaty, like walking through a 4-H exhibit at a county fair minus the poop. The one snuff that kind of like encapsulates that for me is Viking Blonde. Viking Blonde is straight barnyard. This, and here we go again into the, does Samuel Gawith actually make the Viking line in the snuff store lines? And I believe that they do. If I were to describe the smell out of the tin, it's like Viking Blonde with some kind of a citrus over it. So let's go ahead and put some in the nose. Salud. The burn from this stuff is moderate but persistent. It sticks around for a bit, and again, Viking Blonde does the same thing. It's a mild burn, but it's a burn that sticks with you for a little bit longer than it normally would, which just further tells me that this is the exact same tobacco base that Viking Blonde is, with a scent put over it. The scent is bergamot and some kind of an orange. There's another citrus there with the bergamot that is not lemon, and I'm going to venture out and say orange. But the bergamot and the orange really kind of sit in the background to the barnyardy tobacco base, which sets this apart from all of the other SPs I tried, and it was a lot of them. Every other SP that I tried, and again, we're sticking within, you know, the definition of SP being a bergamot-centric snuff, because there's a lot of natural snuffs out there that are labeled as SP. Samuel Gawith in particular does that. In fact, I've mentioned a bunch of times that I'm a big fan of Samuel Gawith's crest line, and both their blue and red crests, when they both still existed on Mr. Snuff were labeled as SPs, even though they were unscented. And yeah, I'm talking about the natural ones, not the scented crest, but the natural blue crest and red crest were actually labeled as SPs. So sticking within the definition of SPs being bergamocentric, this one it really just kind of sits in the background and complements the barnyardy tobacco base. It's really pleasant. There's not a whole lot of nicotine, so this isn't one to take for a nicotine fix. This isn't going to be anybody's all day, but I do think it deserves a place in just about anybody's rotation. At least once a week, you're going to get in the mood for it. It's really good stuff. This grind, all of the Samuel Gawith grinds had that fluffiness to them. This and the Viking Blonde, and I'm guessing there's probably at least several other Samuel Gawith Vikings or snuff stores out there. Well, no, there aren't any other Vikings like the Viking Blonde, but I'm sure that there's other Samuel Gawith and snuff stores that I haven't tried yet that have the same tobacco base. And I'd be really interested if anybody has any inside info or an intelligent guess as to what tobaccos that consists of. But that barnyardy smell, man, it's the kind of thing that shouldn't smell good, but it does, and it might be a purely sentimental thing. And the use of bergamot and orange in this one, the way that it sits in the background just makes it so unique to every other SP that I've tried, where bergamot is just like blasting in your face. It's like, I am Earl Grey, which isn't a bad thing. I'm thinking especially of Wilson's Ashero Best SP, which is really good stuff. But again, it's like it's bergamot snuff. You almost can't even smell the tobacco through it. But this stuff is really unique. If you're interested in SPs at all, give it a shot. Just know that this is not going to be your typical SP experience. This is something a little different, a little special. Great stuff. Once again. Anyways, hope you guys are having a great night. Be safe. Love on each other. God bless. And salud.